Today is In the Mix, episode 2, and I'm with my guy, Remy Q Studios. Stick around. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy DJ Linx, back in the building, back in effect, and back in the mix. And today I am joined by my special guest, Remy Q. And before I bring him in, I want to introduce him the right way. He is the community's greatest guy. He's one of the pillars of the community. Has a bunch of aliases: Oprah Slabs, the Sultan of Slabs, Slab GAWD, Chris Slabsworth, Robert Slabby Jr. I just love this dude. Let's bring in Remy Q. Oh no, he's frozen. No. The Elsa of Slabs.
What's going on, man? I'll tell you what, that is an introduction there. I apologize for all the I didn't mean for all that to happen.
I purposefully omitted Slab Peterson.
Somehow this turned into like a tall tale. It's like all of a sudden now I'm in competition with people. I didn't mean for that to happen at all. It's all hogwash. I swear it is.
It is not hogwash. You are the MVP of the AOK. Welcome, Remy Q Studios, to the mother effing building.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you having me on here. And what I would like to say is the greatest show on YouTube to come. And now that we're here, I'm completely flattered. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you. I just PayPal'd you $20 for saying that.
Thank you. And
so now we're square. Awkward pause.
Remy! You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I never get tired of that.
That awkward pause was brought to you by Remy.
No, that awkward pause was brought to you by Eric over at comic_book_pressing. Yeah, let me say what's up to the chat before we get into it. Tapia, my man, Lacrucius, Rod the Rican in the chat. ¿Cómo está, homie? Me, Dale. Nick from Nick's Kicks and Comics. Awesome show, 3 up, 3 down. So I hope you guys, I had mentioned in the chat, I was like, yo, I feel like we're taking over Fridays. Old school, Channel 7, TGIF, Remy Q at 7:30, Nick at 8, and DJ Linx at 9. And it wasn't even planned.
Did not plan it that way at all.
Austin Lemay, make sure you say it right. Lemay. We got my guy, Freaky Louie. Freaky Louie, what's up? His intro today was amazing. Or
it's kicking me up a notch. It's like he keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, then we're gonna talk about it. It was just on a weird day, you know what I mean? Chris from Cardboard Crazies, what it do? Nick. Whoa, Nick is spamming the chat. I like that, dogs. Ruben Guzman, Kawabunga fam. There can be only Vaughn. Only Vaughn. The cover collector, Sam. What's going on, man? I haven't seen your name pop up in a minute. Comic Burrito. This always reminds me of that Christmas song. The Con mi burrito sabanero, mi burrito de Belén. Tuki. Look it up. My guy Alan May. Yo, what's DJ up? Remy. Alan May is the bomb diggities.
Absolutely.
Hey, it's Tyler, everyone. Tyler is awesome. No, he doesn't suck. Yeah, there we go. And then who else we got? I just want to make sure we say what up to Eddie, Old Man Collectibles. What to do? Chip, what's going on? Eddie's watching on 2 devices. Look at that. Now that's a friend. That's this guy. That guy is amazing. Watching on 2 devices. Yo, so Remy, thank you for joining me for episode 2 of In the Mix with DJ Linx. You know, I do my hard-hitting journalism. I do my research. First question I have for you, sir. Why are you so nice?
I am not nice. Actually, I'm a terrible person. My house runs on diesel. I'm big on pollution. the opposite of Captain Planet is pretty much what I'm living right now. So I don't know.
I was gonna hit you with a extreme dad joke where you're like, my house runs on diesel. I was gonna say my house runs on Kevin Nash. Yeah, that was terrible.
No, that's why people come here. They want the dad joke, the DJ joke.
Yeah, I am a dad. I love bad puns. I used to work with this guy, Mike Feely. So Mike Feely, if you're watching, I know he watches a lot of the videos and stuff like that. Big shout out to you. This dude was the king of puns. Terrible. But he was young. So he was only like 25, 26. And he was just like horrible at puns. And we developed a relationship because I enjoy a terrible pun and a terrible joke. Yo, shout out to DJ Mikey V in the building. Why is there a D next to your name? Oh, for DJ Mikey V. That's my brother, by the way.
Oh,
he's a professional figure skater. That's it. He lives in Florida where there's no ice skating rink, but he's a professional figure skater. I don't know. Yo, so today was a sad day with the passing of DMX. DMX was real influential in the way, like, I grew up. So I graduated high school in 98 and DMX was the soundtrack in 1998. I guess. So it was DMX, Jay-Z had a second album, Big Pun, Cameron. That was 1998 for me. Did DMX have influence in the music that you listened to back then?
So I graduated in 01, and so 98 was my freshman year, and absolutely, again, it's the whole gamut. I mean, we weren't that far apart, so yeah, absolutely.
Awkward pause.
Just in case anybody out there was wondering, we wanted to hit you with these several times.
Awkward pause. That's what we're aiming for, the most awkwardest of pauses. Yeah, I was real saddened by the news. I had saw DMX in concert a couple of years ago when the world was normal, and at Radio City Music Hall in the city. So my boy did all the graphics for the concert, like the intro video that they played on stage. Yeah, so it was Eric B and Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, EPMD, Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, and DMX was the headliner. And we went and we were like in the fourth row, and DMX came out. I was so looking forward to seeing him perform. And he came out and he was having a bad day, a real bad day with the substance stuff. And we left and we were just like, I don't want to tarnish the way I look at this guy. And we was just like, let's just bounce, because I don't want to remember him as him messing up on stage and just whatever he was doing. I was just like, let's just bounce, man.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
See, I remember. So for me, like my biggest memory is the bootleg copy, the cassette tape that I stole from a friend of mine and jamming out in my bedroom, 15, 16 years old. And Rough Riders Anthem, of course, was the big thing. And I was going nuts. And my mom passes by the room right at the end where he says, "Talk is cheap," and you hear the gun. "Talk is cheap, motherfucker." That is exactly what happened. And she stopped and she looked and she was like, "Really?" And like my mom was really cool to like let me listen or whatever. Like a lot of the folks, like if I went, like some of the people I went to school with, they were like, there was a lot of restrictions on, you can't listen to this person, that person. My mom was really cool. She'd let me watch movies, listen to music, and she was very understanding of that. But that was her introduction, was me listening to that. I'll never forget her passing by right. I was like, any other time would have been fine. The lyrics, totally cool. But at the end, when he yells, "Talk is cheap, motherfucker," and that gun go off, I was like, oh, damn it.
That is funny, because my mom let me listen to whatever I wanted. Like, she didn't care. My mom was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. So she was, I don't want to say hood, but she was down. She lived through the 70s. All my uncles, 70s in New York was wild. All my uncles were in gangs and things like that, was in gangs. So I was listening to that, and I would listen to it in the house. And she was just like, "Oh, can you put the speaker by the window?" So at the time, like, my parents had beef with like the next door neighbors. Mm-hmm. So she took it as put the speaker by the window so that they know talk is cheap, motherfucker. You know, and I had to put that. The only thing that she didn't like was in Ready to Die, Biggie's album. What is it, Machine Gun Funk, where he's like smoking the weed and starts coughing.
Yeah.
She was just like, oh no, take that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, she's like, oh, that's so disgusting. Take that off. My mom only allowed CDs from Walmart, the censored versions. Oh, Berg family. What up, Martian Manhunter? One Shot, what up?
You got to go to the mall and hit up a Sam Goody or something for that. Come on now.
I know. Crystal.
I remember going to Walmart one time. I don't remember what I was getting, but I remember I knew the checkout guy, and he's like, "Come on, man, you got to get something harder than this." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And I didn't even know that they were censored. And he was the one who told me that. He's like, "Yeah, you know, they don't let any of the real lyrics here." I was like, "What?" And like from then on, I wasn't gonna buy anything from Walmart. Like I was like, "All right, I got to go buy the legit stuff at the mall."
Yeah, at the mall.
Back when people would go to malls and go to music stores.
Yeah, basically, or the Wiz.
Music.
Were you always from? You live in North Carolina. I'm not spoiling that for anybody. It's a big state. Yeah. They're not going to be able to find you. Did you live in North Carolina your entire life?
No. I actually grew up in Virginia.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so am I. The Commonwealth. I mean, come on.
I'm joking. What part of Virginia?
They don't even have a football team in Virginia. I mean, they'll claim the Redskins, but that's Washington. It's different. So I don't know. Whatever to you guys.
Yeah. What part of Virginia?
It was actually Fredericksburg, Virginia. It's small townish, I guess. It's kind of like a tri-city area, but yeah, Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Yeah.
And my boyhood home address was one. No, I'm just joking.
Wow, that's hilarious. I promise you, any state is better than Kansas. Yeah. There's no argument for me. Well, at what age did you move away from Virginia? Were you already like settled down with Angel? Like, how did that go about?
Yeah, so so Angel and I we were high school sweethearts.
Oh, Remy Q.
I know, it's rare. It was a rare. I mean, you don't find that anymore.
Yeah. How did you guys meet? Like, did she pass you a note? You had to check the box.
You know what? It's too bad she's not here, but there's actually a discrepancy on that. So back in the day, there was something called a roller skate ring.
Oh, my
all
brother's
the kids would go to the roller skate ring. They play old school music, and you could dance while you were skating and everything. She claims it was that. I think it was a school dance, but it's been so long we don't even. Again, it's an argument that we got done with after several years and just said we'll each have our own how we met story. So,
and are you guys the same age, like same grade?
Yes. Yep, same grade. But yeah, so we were high school sweethearts, and we got married in 2009, bought a house in 2009, and we moved to North Carolina, I think, in 2013.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, I met my wife. My wife and I are also high school sweethearts. I was 2 grades ahead of her, only because she got left back because she went when she was. It's not because she's dumb. Oh no! I just want to make sure she's not hearing me.
She's in the chat right now. I just saw her in the chat.
She is in the chat. No, it wasn't because you're dumb. Oh, her grandmother took her on vacation when she was like in the 4th grade and just never brought her back.
Oh wow!
So okay. 4th grade. So I'm a year older, but we met the same thing. Oops. I'll be sleeping on the couch tonight. So we met in high school. So we met on a trip. So it was like a weekend retreat, and we met on the bus going up there. And she was the only person to bring a radio. Oh. And I was just like, I need this radio. So then we pulled up to the ranch and stuff. I was just like, can I help you with your bags and your radio? And she's like, yeah, sure. So I grabbed the radio and took it to my room.
Oh my! You stole a radio? That was how it started?
That was how it started. I stole the radio, and that's how I got her to come back and all that other stuff. It was funny, and then we just like bonded from there. But yeah, legit, I like try to steal her radio.
Wow. Okay.
Now, how long were you and Angel together before you had your oldest? Logan is your oldest, correct?
Yes, yeah. He was born in 2011.
Oh, just in case anybody gets comic books.
Oh yeah.
No, because it's not really comic book content, but we just gotta. I want to throw in a comic book just so this could qualify as a comic book video. So, Noctera number 2. So he was born in. What is that? Swamp Thing?
Swamp Thing.
That's an awesome Latina cover.
Yeah, check this out.
Oh, Gary B. His ears just perked up. That's definitely the Brooklyn way. Try to bag your chick by stealing her radio. DJ,
hey, it worked. and now we look back at it and laugh.
The Tune Snatcher. That sounds like a Boom Studios book. DJ the Tune Snatcher is brought to you by Ross Ritchie. What does Burke have to say? In 6th grade, we had a cassette tape with the Thong song on it, and we brought it on the bus and listened to it on repeat the whole way to school every day. Burke. The Thong song. Is it too late to snitch on you? Can I tell his mother this is what this guy did? Nice.
Oh,
were you in and if these questions are too personal, just
man, go for it.
Were you in the delivery room for both of your kids?
Yes, and if you want a not traumatic but a interesting twist, Logan was in the delivery room for the second.
Oh wow.
Yeah, go for that one. So he didn't witness anything, but
he was just there, like off to the side.
He was there, yeah. That's
crazy. That's why somebody asked me what's the best thing I ever pulled out of a mystery box. I was like, my daughter. Well, that wasn't a mystery box. It was just
another DJ joke brought to you by DJ Linx.
Brought to you by DJ Linx and Eric over at comic_book_pressing.
Mm-hmm.
I was there when my daughter was born. My daughter's 22. So when she was born, we were young. Like we had her really, really young. I was 18, and I think my wife was 17. And we're in the hospital room, and it wasn't a typical delivery room. It was just a regular hospital room because the delivery wing was under construction. So mind you, there's like 14 people in a little ass room with all the lights and all that stuff. I start fainting. Like I'm like, oh my God, it's too hot. So the doctors left my wife and had to come check on me. So they're like fanning me. One of them ran out and got me a soda. I'm totally stealing the show on my child's birth. I was just like, it was interesting. And then when her name is Destiny, when she was born, it was weird because she wasn't crying. So then I'm scared. I'm still a kid, you know what I mean? So I'm like super scared, and I'm like, yo, is it okay that she's not crying? I'm thinking the worst. And the nurse is like, it's okay. She was Jamaican, so I was gonna make a crazy Jamaican accent, but that would be inappropriate. So she pinches her leg, and she's like, no, she's gonna cry. Pinches her leg, and nothing happens. So she does it again, and then she like goes to like really gets into her leg, and that's when she started crying. But
oh wow,
that was funny.
Not to psych you out or anything by the 2 pinches to begin with.
Yeah. Oh, true story. That was a hot box in DJ. Pretty selfish. To you, sir. To you. My baby didn't cry when she was when she was oh, born.
Born.
My baby didn't cry when she was Cartoons. What were your favorite cartoons and stuff growing up? Like your top 5, if you can name your top 5 cartoons.
Masters of the Universe. G.I. Joe was another good cartoon. That's it.
It was just those 2. We didn't learn to count to 5 in Virginia. We only went to 2.
That was it.
That was it. Oh
yeah,
man,
that was Ninja Turtle. No, there were, like I was always into movies. I've always been into movies. And
let me just pause you right there, sir. Mr. Jimmy Don Kerr deserves everything to be interrupted, and his super chat to be highlighted. Little something to buy the wife a gift after that dumb comment. I don't remember the comment, so it didn't occur. It didn't happen in my mind. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's Jimmy Don Kerr, the Don.
Absolutely, the Don.
Purveyor of 10 questions, small town collectibles. Did you know he lives in a small town?
I did know that he lives in a small town, and I did hear about that show that he calls 10 Questions. It's the way that I start my Thursday, every Thursday. With small town collectibles and his special guest.
Every Thursday on the way to work. You know who I'm waiting to get on 10 questions? This guy.
Be interesting.
Very interesting.
It'd be interesting.
I don't think Mark knows how I hold him in such high regard.
Oh,
I think
gosh. I hope he realizes. I hope him, Ryan, and Austin, the three of them, realize. I've talked about it enough. If they don't know, if that trio doesn't know, it's an unstoppable force of knowledge.
Yes, and they make me feel very stupid whenever I'm with them. It's like,
hey, okay, so DJ, you and I are the comedic group in the panel. Like a Burke panel, you're gonna get either DJ or myself cracking jokes or doing something goofy, and then the brain power goes to the rest of the folks, which is everybody we just named.
Basically, so if the Burke fam were the Justice League, we would both be Flash. Was it Dostoevsky? We would be the Flash in the Justice League.
The
first Flash ever. DJ Linx holds what? Come on, and this from a guy who thought the thong song was vulgar. Everybody, let's listen to it. Thong, 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 thong. Do you know what a thong is?
There's Cisco music.
Whoever got in trouble for listening to Cisco. All right, so let's go back to these hard-hitting journalistic questions.
Yes.
You said you were such a gangster that you only watched two cartoons.
And
that's
movies.
It. And then movies.
It was all about the movies, yeah, like Goonies, Indiana Jones, Star Wars. I mean, all of that. The movies were really where I was at.
Again, I have to interrupt for the super chat. I'm so sorry, Remy, but I got to give props to DJ Mikey VL. I don't know what the L stands for because I know his last name starts with a V because it's my name. So I don't know if that's a typo, sir. Like, why did you put an L on the end of your name? And also, you didn't put a message in the thing, man. That was your chance, Michael. Awkward pause.
Remy.
Goonies, yeah. So I was into movies too as a kid, more so than cartoons. So for me, cartoons, Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, maybe Rambo, but I was such a loyalist. Like, don't kill me, chat. I've never seen a complete episode of Transformers. I've never seen a complete episode of He-Man because it was just like, no, I need to watch Ninja Turtles. I don't care about everything. Oh, and Cops. Did you remember that show, Cops? The cartoon Cops.
I was gonna say I know Cops, but no, I didn't know the cartoon Cops. No,
Bad Boys. Oh yeah, the X-Men. All right, that doesn't count. Everybody saw the X-Men '90s.
Well, and X-Men was later. I think of the Turtles as later too. So I don't. Maybe.
No. Turtles were. Was that Turtles 85, 86? Ninja Turtles. Dude. I'm here. Here comes the flack. Cartoon Cops. Yes, Tyler. It was C. It was an acronym. C.O.P.S. And it was like some futuristic cops in like a futuristic town. It was dope. That and Bionic 6. I love Bionic 6. But I watched a lot of movies as well. And shout out to my moms, where it was just like, here, watch Predator, rated R, 9-10 years old. So it's weird to me when people try to shield their kids from stuff, knowing that we were watching Predator, Raised on Friday the 13th, and Freddy Krueger, and all that other stuff. The only thing, if they show something, cover your eyes or fast forward it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, it's the same thing in my house. And honestly, like if I was watching Friday the 13th and something scared me, guess what? You shouldn't have watched it. Like that was kind of what I got. Like, deal with it. So no, I was always watching movies. Actually, the first movie that I went to in the theater was Batman.
89 Batman?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, my dad took me It was one of the only few movies that he took me to before he left. But yes, I do have fond memories of him taking me to Batman. And then I think the follow-up to Batman was Dick Tracy, and those were the only two I remember him actually taking me to. So those two movies, and then Goodbye Dad. Thank you.
Nice. As he was like, Jeremy, just stay here. Don't get up. I'm going to go get us popcorn. And
I just never came back.
showed up.
To this day, I'm still waiting for my popcorn. Come on, Dad.
And every time you go to a movie theater, you cry at the smell of popcorn. You're triggered at the smell of popcorn.
It's the trigger, yeah. Angel's like, hey, grab the popcorn. I don't want the popcorn. And I throw the popcorn. Give me some candy.
Where's the trigger?
Where's Rachel?
Oh, my God. Left for a pack of smokes.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I'm so old. My first movie in the theater was a Charlie. That's the jokes I love.
For real, Austin. We were talking about how old he was. Last week or a few weeks ago, and I was surprised. I thought you were a lot younger than that as well.
Wow, Austin. Yeah, definitely. He looks good for his age.
Absolutely.
I was surprised when I found out how old he was. Hold up, awkward pause incoming. Fucking Austin. Fucking Austin. So that's French.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Austin. Yeah, so we were like raised on movies like Predator. Like I would watch Predator on repeat. Like I know the entire movie word for word. It was Predator, and then when we got the VHS tape for Ninja Turtles, the 1990 Ninja Turtles, and yo, dude, that and with the Pizza Hut commercial, like you remember that in the beginning of it? There's strikes on the batter, some runners are on.
Mm-hmm. Suddenly, everyone's looking at me. Yeah, 100%.
Dude, you just made my day.
And that's where I might be confused about the cartoons, because I remember I had all of the VHS. Like you could get those, I think, from Pizza Hut or from somewhere, and I had a ton of them. And I'm wondering if that's where I'm confusing the time frame for the cartoon.
No, I mean, you were such a gangster
that
you didn't watch cartoons. You're like, no. Mother, what is this animated malarkey?
I was trying to think of like small child, like, oh, Thundercats is another one. I watched Thundercats too. I did. I was into Thundercats pretty hardcore.
Oh, this guy, I don't know who he is, but he just blew me up. Yes, you used to stay watching Predator and Little Shop of Horrors. Thank you, Lewis, for blowing me up. Little Shop of Horrors is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's a fantastic movie. Are you serious? Should we start singing that next?
Lift up your head, wash off your mascara. Here, take my Kleenex, wipe your lipstick away.
I was thinking more. I guess that would be the duet. I was thinking when he sings to the plant, but you know.
Oh, my bad. I automatically go to
the Audrey song is what I was thinking of, but still.
Hold on, let me go back to this cat. Mr. Luis Vicente, there is a $sign on the bottom right of this chat. Please make use of it, sir. Thank you. Oh man, yeah, Little Shop of Horrors was my jam.
Yeah.
What are your
what he has is so weird.
Well, let me play you down to your CC more. Where you get such a strange and interesting plant?
There we go.
Daru. What are your top 5 albums of all time? Please, I know you had to listen to more than 2 albums, or is it just you just go to 2 with everything?
Well, I mean, you know, the thong song really meant a lot to me. So,
did you get in trouble for listening to it on the bus? You got in trouble, didn't you?
No, see, Steve was cool, so he sat in the back, and I wasn't allowed to listen to the song with the rest of the cool kids. So,
yes. Don't you know the stuff will make you a sexual tyrannosaurus? Yes, Predator. Mine's is I Ain't Got Time to Bleed. Top 5, my bad. Top 5 albums. I'm like jumping all over the place. Jimmy from I see Predator and I just like Not to be confused with Chris Hansen's Predator. That's a different type of Predator.
No, yeah, the Predator. I mean, honestly, you could just do a whole show on that. I don't know why. I mean, literally, the comments in the chat. We could go all day on those.
Yeah, that movie is such. And then I'll get back to the music question because I really want to know about that. But the Predator 2 in New York, though, Freaky Louie, you're on timeout, sir. That movie was set in 1999, Los Angeles. Freaky Louie is officially on timeout. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. But Predator is such a good movie, man. So it's like army machismo, tough guy movie.
Absolutely.
And then it just switches gears and it turns into this sci-fi alien classic. I love it because the last third of the movie, there's no dialogue. It's just Arnold and the Predator. And literally, I think the only movie is when he's like, come on, do it now, kill me. And when he goes, you're one ugly motherfucker. So for the whole there is nothing there. There's no dialogue. And then that score just, oh man, that score is amazing.
Not only that, but it's like when he's setting up the traps. You know what I mean? That's like the big boy version of Home Alone.
Exactly.
Remy! You son of a bitch!
I just love that movie. Top 5 up. Whoa, Mr. Luis Vicente. Again, sir, I cannot accept this because you didn't fill out the comment down there. But thank you. No, shout out to Luis Vicente. That is my older brother. I love that dude. He got me into comic books. I don't think he knows that, but he had a couple of comic books, and I would read them. I would sneak off and read them when he wasn't home, and then he wound up giving them to me. So he inspired me. All right, enough of these people. Top 5 albums, dog.
I can really only think of one really that I would appreciate enough to get multiple times.
All right, before we hear that, do you have the ability to count to 5?
No. Look, the top 5 is completely erroneous. We already discussed this beforehand. I said I will take no top 10s, and you said fine, I'll do top 5. And I was like, I don't do top 5s.
What?
This moment brought to you by
this awkward pause brought to you by Remy Q Studios and Eric over at comic book _pressing.
No, for real though. Seriously, one of my favorite albums ever. Okay, where I bought a CD, I lost the CD, I rebought that crap again, I downloaded it and then bought it a third time. Was Dr. Dre 2001, the second the second episode. When that came out, I remember it was a life changer for me. So that was definitely one that I'll always hold near and dear. The whole way through.
Yeah, that was a great album. Spoiler alert, I have complete New York bias. I value New York hip hop over everything. But Dr. Dre, The Chronic, I actually like the first Chronic better than 2001.
Well, all right. The first one was really good, and I think that was like the old style of Snoop, and so I can appreciate Snoop's old style over what he developed into. Nothing against Snoop now or what he became, but yeah, I mean, you listen to that, it's a completely different duo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Snoop. Early Snoop, dude. Snoop was a phenomenon. So from him on Chronic, and then what he did with Doggy Style, and obviously being from New York, that New York bias, it was new to me, that West Coast sound. Like, I like the Chronic. I grew to appreciate the Chronic later in life. So when I was like in my 20s, maybe even my 30s, I was just like, yo, wow, this album is really dope. But I always loved Doggy Style. And the album too. But I always loved Doggy Style. I remember I bought it, and it was one of those things where I went with my mother to the music store, and what it was, that Doggy Style album, Cypress Hill's first album, and a couple of other albums where she would be like, all right, you can listen to it, but don't let your father hear you because of the cursing and all that other stuff. But that Doggy Style album, dude, that thing changed my life. Legit. What, it came out in 93. So I was like in 6th, 7th grade. I had a picture of Snoop Dogg in my wallet, cut out from a magazine. Oh, man. Yeah, that album. What the hell is this? DJ Linx was into Dr. Ruth as well. Can you confirm that, kind sir? I'm not gonna say anything bad because you threw up $99 there, but
you get pass. You get a pass for the next 25 minutes.
Yeah, you would get you're gonna get a strong text from me, sir, after this. My frustration. Wu-Tang. That was
so were you affected with the East Coast, West Coast? I mean, was that really that prominent, just being in New York?
No, so for me, it was funny because that whole East Coast, West Coast beef, like we didn't care. So it wasn't like that was all a media thing. And I think it was a thing to sell albums.
I mean, I just, I mean, side note to the whole thing, I love it. You know what I mean? The whole who shot you deal, you know, leading into the whole, I mean, I don't know. I've always been fascinated by that, but you know, it did not. Again, Virginia. I mean, nobody really claimed to sign anywhere, even though we're on the East Coast. It didn't matter what you were listening to. So,
yeah. So it was all a media thing, and I think it was a thing that was created to sell records. Over here, it wasn't anything. So I was in my no, I was still in high school. So years later when it came out, so we knew things. I don't want to say we, but you know, you go to the barbershop, and in the barbershop, that's where all the shit gets talked and everybody knows everything. So it was a lot of stuff that would come out because there were some like gangsters and stuff like that from Brooklyn that they said allegedly, I'm sprinkling allegedly, that set up Tupac at GAWD Studios and all that other stuff. And I've said too much. Remy. If you don't hear from me ever again, you know what happened to me, dogs.
I'm glad that you said that you heard at the barbershop, though. That's that makes my day right there.
Yeah, you know, the barbershop, that's where all the information goes down. The barbershop is, I mean, like my barber is my friend, my therapist, my bartender from time to time. Dude, are you watching, without today's episode, are you watching Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yes.
What are you thinking?
You know what? I'm surprised. They definitely. Oh, nice.
Oh no, don't mind me. I'm. You're,
no. I was checking it out. Yeah.
I'm acknowledging the chat.
I was
trying to be interactive.
I was surprised. They definitely hit in a lot of good action parts. Put a few twists in there. You know, I like that they acknowledge the what's his name? Zemo's rich. Like they're like, what? Now you're rich. I was like, all right.
I'm a Baron.
We'll fill this one in real quick. But, yeah. But yeah, no, it's I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, so have I. I've been enjoying it. It's pretty good. I mean, the production value is insane. The last episode was iffy for me. Aside from the last episode, not 4 because that's the last episode that came out. The last episode I watched was 3. So that was good. I enjoyed the jailbreak scene. It's a week old, so I'm pretty sure everybody has seen it by now. So I enjoyed that. It's just funny how Zemo, who's like a murderous mastermind, is now like a crowd favorite. And that what's his name, Walker? Everybody wants to punch him in the face just because he has on Captain America's outfit and shield, and it's just hashtag not my cap.
Well. But I did enjoy that they at least acknowledged where he was, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to think of the scene, but he got a little too aggressive with somebody at one point. And then when he's talking to his partner and they're talking about how he said something like, oh, nobody's going to question how we get it done once everything's, you know, like they really expose where he's no Steve Rogers, you know, and it's like, you're not going to get that. So even though he is Captain America, he's not the Captain America. And that I thought was at least nice that they're working that in. You know, it's like, all right, yeah, he might be a badass and, you know, he's brave and he's strong and everything else, but it's like he's not he might not give up, but in the end, Steve Rogers was one of a kind where he really was there to do what was right.
Yeah, and it's funny when Chris Evans was cast as Captain America. I was like, what? This is the guy that played the Human Torch?
I was in the same boat, but I can't think of it any other way now. Like, he can't get out of my mind. I'm like, that is Cap. Like, that's him.
Steve Rogers, if he was ordered off Wish app. Have you ever heard of Wish app?
Mm-hmm.
You did? You have?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
It's it's overseas. It's like you can get, like, for a long time they had like a lot of knockoff products that you could get really cheap, but you had to wait, like 3 months for it to arrive because it came from China.
Is this app big in the figure skating community?
I don't know. I don't know about the figure skating community. I want to say it was big maybe 2 years ago. I don't know if folks are still using it now. I think a lot of the stuff transitioned into Amazon now. I think you can just get it there now, but yeah, for a while, Wish, you could go to Wish and like order something, and it'd be whatever. It'd be like sunglasses, and it would cost you like 50 cents, but then they charge you like $5 to ship it. And then the deal was you had to wait 2 months for it to arrive from China, and then you'd be good to go.
Wow. Switching gears, the segue that Jedman hated. I'm just like, switching gears. He's like, we're gonna do that one again.
Yeah.
Invincible. Are you watching Invincible?
I am not.
Dude, you're missing out, man.
I know. I 100%. I know. I really need to catch up. I've seen the previews. I've heard all the stuff about it. I'm super excited about it. I have not started it though. I know I'm way behind on this.
So shout out to the Comic Burrito for this this great quote. Wish is where you can buy a butt plug and a Ninja Turtles figure. That's a bumper sticker right there. Comic Burrito. What about a Ninja Turtle shaped? Oh, and then we're gonna go to somewhere else. Yo, dude, Invincible is sick. No Invincible? Boo this man. Yes, boo. I don't have a whatchamacallit.
Sorry.
You get booed, sir. I never read the Invincible comic book. I'm gonna be straight up because I'm new to the comic book game. It's going on a year that I've been back in. I never heard of Invincible, so it came out when I was on my hiatus. So this is my first introduction to Invincible, and I think the first time I heard it, I think Tyler was talking from Whack Comics. Whack
has been promoting it for a while. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think he's on the Image payroll, if I'm gonna be honest. Invincible. And then I was just like, all right, let me. So what's funny is because I'll read some books. I'll like rush to read books, or I'll rush to read shows in case we're going to be on the Berg Fam chat or the Berg Fam Thursday night live chat. Yep. So then I could be somewhat knowledgeable instead of just being like, hey, I'm the joke guy. I'm trying to give Ryan and Mark a run for their money. And so I started watching Invincible, dude, and it is amazing. Amazing. One of the best animated series that I've watched in a long time.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I'm just trying to catch up. That's all. I know I'm a couple weeks behind. So,
what are your top two?
I only do.
You can't go to 3 or 4. Now you're gonna do top one. What are your a couple of shows? Maybe not in order that you just love.
All time love.
Yeah, man.
Tales from the Crypt.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was big into Tales from the Crypt when I was younger. Spartacus, that was badass. All
right, let's just pause right there. Spartacus.
Yeah.
I love Spartacus.
Really?
Yo, I love Spartacus.
Listen, I tried every name from Spartacus before Logan was born, and all got vetoed. And I was like I had a certain amount of vetoes, and I had comic book names and Spartacus names. I was like, all right, what about Gannicus? And she's like, no.
What about Crixus?
I was like, what about Crixus? Yeah, it's like, no.
That's the only thing about Spartacus, where they would have like a serious, deep like argument in the bathhouse, and they're like naked, like arguing with each other. And I'm like, I'm watching that shit in the middle of the night, like low, and I'm just like, oh man, I hope nobody sees this.
Look, I'll never forget. I had watched, I think 2 episodes, And I told Angel, I was like, listen, this show is badass. You have to watch it. And she brought a friend over and we were watching it. And of course, they show a couple ladies, you know what I mean? And like, oh,
You got to watch it like this. So it's like with the plant strategically placed in front of the TV.
But it was, like I said, I think it was like 1 or 2 episodes in. And they're like, oh, yeah, so this is one of those shows, like a bunch of naked ladies. How come you don't see any men? And I was like, oh, right.
Just wait.
Yeah, I was like, trust me, they don't discriminate here. You'll see plenty of men.
Wow, look what this old man said. Alvin and the Chipmunks. But I enjoyed Spartacus. Rest in peace to Andy Whitfield. DJ Mikey V said it correctly. I was so like when he had passed, and then they said that he had recovered, like he was in remission, and then all of a sudden the cancer took him. But I really enjoy it. I was at a con. Was it New York Comic Con? It might have been New York Comic Con or another like little. No, it wasn't. It was in a hotel in the city. So I was there, and what's his name? Manu Bennett, the guy that played Crixus, that he's Deathstroke in the CW show.
Yeah.
So he was there taking photos, and all the ladies were like all over him, and he was just like touching them and all this other stuff. I was just like, what the hell is going on?
It's hilarious. He had I had heard a thing he was doing. He was really pushing to be Conan in the last Conan movie, and of course Momoa got it, and he was cool about it. I was like, yeah, he's a big beefy guy. Like he kept saying how he was bigger than. Well, he said he wasn't as big as he was, so that's why he thought he missed out on it. But I thought that was cool.
I really like Momoa as Conan. I think Momoa as Conan is more true to the character than Arnold was. Fight me. Well, it all depends on what Gary B says because he's the Conan expert.
Yeah, so Gary, I am a fan of the Arnold Conan.
Just finished reading Suicide Squad from this week. Okay, I didn't read it. I didn't pick it up. I think I picked up the last issue, but not this issue. It was definitely a cover buy.
No, I just grabbed a bunch of stuff, and I did not grab one. I thought I might have.
You have your new pickups there with you?
Mm-hmm.
What? Let's see. Let's go through your new pickups.
I got Swamp Thing 2.
That's a fantastic cover. Matina. I love Matina, Jang, Perillo, obviously Alex Ross, Delato. Those are all my top tier artists, man.
Yeah. Oh, this cover is awesome. Can't really see it with the glare, but
yeah.
I got the CSROs 4,
which
has been amazing, by the way. If folks haven't gotten in on that one,
yeah, Nick, we try to throw in some comic talk just to validate that this is a comic book channel.
Yeah, since we're talking about naked Spartacus and everything else.
Oh yes, Bermejo. Yes. What is that? Nocturna. That was a great issue.
And then I picked up that one. That's it. Just 4 books. Playing catch up. It's been a crazy week, so I actually just picked those up today.
No, sir. No, sir. Peaches, what's that song? The Presidents of the United States?
I mean, I would put Austin above.
I would put Austin LeMay above Peach.
You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest here.
1,000%. And Peach Momoko, if you're watching.
I know Momoko's kind of like you're either on or you're off thing, but I mean, Austin does some amazing stuff. So yeah, I definitely would put him above.
Definitely. Yo, but I have a book. It's funny because I was gonna say it's at CGC. It's actually not. I think it's getting pressed with Eric over at comic book _ pressing. One of the Jang, the Megatron cover from Transformers.
Oh wow,
dude! And I'm looking for that Bermejo Marvel's number 6. I don't want to spend the arm and a leg though. And Nick from Nick's Kicks and Comics teased me in our group chat today. It was just like, "Hey DJ, check this out, stupid." He put
he's a big he's into Transformers, all kinds of stuff too.
Yeah, but then he put stupid with 3 exclamation points. And I was like, Jesus, Nick. Like, It wasn't. I was like, what the hell is going on?
You didn't need to do me like that.
No. Con Jelly, do you guys have a comic book presser that you would recommend? No. I'm looking for one. Do you know of anybody, Remy? I don't.
I think for all your comic book pressing information, you should check out Burke Family 54 every Thursday.
For all your pressing needs, you have to watch the Thursday night chat first.
You have to watch the Thursday night chat though. Make sure you check it out, and then you'll get all that information. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yes. So Remy, real quick. Let's see. We checked off comic books, movies, and all that other jazz. YouTube. How's your YouTube journey been from when you first jumped on up until today? Like, what are some of the peaks, some of the valleys? Like, what's your driving force behind making videos, doing lives, and things like that?
Oh gosh, this.
Did you freeze?
I did freeze. Yeah, no, this like literally like I mean, in the mix. I mean, I love this. You know what I mean? Hanging out with folks, doing live streams. That's. I know it's a joke, like, oh, Remy Q's on the live stream, but I mean, yeah, somebody wants a guest on, or if they're getting a panel or something, please invite me on. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
You know, I think that interaction is what's driving. You know what I mean?
I know you talked about you enjoy the lives and stuff like that. Do you have any that you see might be considered weaknesses or flaws or things you're not confident in as you continue your YouTube journey? This shit just got real.
Yeah. No. So one of the things that I struggle with from the YouTube aspect is it started with myself. And then kind of developed where Angel and I were doing a lot of stuff together. We've had, especially this year, we've had a lot of conflictions in scheduling. So that's why you've seen a little more of me than the two of us. And so that kind of slows us down, I guess, channel-wise. So I still like the aspect of having Angel and I on together. And so, you know, if I like record something or do a live stream, it's kind of like, you know, it's only half of the Remy Q Studios. So that's the thing. It's like your box, for instance, you know, we recorded that, we had some audio issues, and we're still pending this amazing mystery box that we got, because I don't want to reveal it without Angel there, because I mean, we opened it up together. So, you know, it's just a matter of scheduling, I guess, for our channel.
That's amazing that you guys bond over that. Like that's really cool. And that Remy Q Studios isn't just Jeremy. It's Jeremy and Angel. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I tried to get my wife to be on this, and she said, "No, I hate you."
I don't. I'm trying to think how that even started. I mean, for when we oh, look at this. You got another super chat.
Holy crap. See, now I'm spoiled. You guys have to be here every Friday. If not, I'm going to throw a tantrum. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Yeah, I was trying to do the Batman voice. I can't. Where's Rachel? Where's the trigger? Hey, Batman. Hey, Batman.
Hey, Batman.
I'm the king of the world.
It's completely different when that mask, I mean, it crushes the face. You can't hear the no ear holes in the cowl is real, by the way. Like it's ridiculous. That's why I had the headphones on. I don't know how you swung it. You must have some amazing speakers, but yeah, I had the headphones on because I couldn't do anything with that.
Dude, I couldn't hear for anything. So even you were saying something, I was just like, my ears. Exactly. With the mask, I cut it all the way up to here.
Yeah.
So if you see closely, you can see it splitting. My face was too fat.
No, mine. I kept I didn't cut it more, but I mean, it's definitely shove it on and then it's just on. And I have limited time because, like, all right, how much face squeeze can I stand?
Dude, it was
That's why
like,
at one point I laughed and I'm like pulling the mouth away because it's like you can't do anything.
I don't know if you guys all seen that skit when we were on Whack Comics 24-hour live, but if I don't know, mods, if one of you guys want to drop the link to that, I implore everybody to watch it. It was dope. Me and Rem dressed up as Batman, doing our voices back and forth, completely off the hip. Nothing was rehearsed, and that thing was simply amazing. My brother, that he's not on the chat here. He's probably watching, but he's not in the chat. My brother Nelson, he'll leave voice notes on my phone and in the group chat, and he'll just be like, "Hey Batman, hey Batman," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, this is a thing now."
Yeah. So I don't know if we talked about it, but when we had first discussed that, somehow we got it. You know, we were like, okay, well, maybe we'll do movie quotes. I think we were gonna do a skit first, and then we're like, all right, we'll do movie quotes. And then it was like, what if we do movie quotes as Batman? And then it was like, well, I'm gonna buy a mask. And, you know, I think you said you might have been like, I'm gonna buy a mask. I was like, I'm gonna buy a mask. And then like I think we like texted.
No, you said it.
That we were looking at, yeah.
Yeah,
And then you got yours a day ahead of time and put yours on and sent me a video on Batman. And I'll never forget how I was like, Angel, look at this. And she was like, I don't get it. I was like, no, trust me. I was like, this is hilarious. Like I couldn't wait.
That's why she's no longer on the chat. She didn't get the Batman thing. You can no longer be on Remy Q Studios. You need to like Batman.
There are going to be certain things, you know, a homemade Cerebro. That's not a duo bit, you know what I mean? But there's certain things where it's like, you know, the unboxings and everything. We both enjoy that, so you know what I mean.
Rembro.
Yeah. Which
is there
I have behind the camera? I still have that. I haven't taken it down yet. So
nice. And then we're gonna head towards wrapping this up. But is there anything that, not an obstacle or anything like that, is there anything that you feel insecure about when doing a videos or being on a live? Like, for example, I took my hat off and I threw it because I was just hot, but then I'm like, shit, my hairline is thinning. So that's why I keep a hat on. I'm like, oh man. So stuff like that bothers me. So I saw that on the thing and I'm like, oh man, is there anything that you feel insecure about?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I don't know. I think there's always a fear of an empty room. You know what I mean? Like that's like once you kind of get some folks in there, you can ease up a little bit. But I guess there's that tension for that. Usually the live streams, I do a lot of last minute streams just because it's from the hip. Like if I receive a box, I'm like, hey, you know what? We'll open this up right now. And maybe I'll give folks like a half-hour warning. So there have been a few times where I was like, I don't know if anybody's going to show up to this thing. We're just going to roll with it. But I mean, it's a lot easier when you have an active chat. So, you know, there's always that fear of who's going to be there and what you're going to do. Plus there's, I don't know. I guess it's just the evolution. You know, I mean, the homemade Cerebro is one of those things. Like I did that the day of. You know what I mean? I thought it'd be funny. It was a funny prop. Where do you go from there? It's like you open up with a chainsaw. What do you like? I gotta start blowing up stuff pretty soon. I don't know.
Oh no, we would definitely love that. Just want to shout out my guy. Keep it thorough. Keep it thorough comics. Great dude. Check him out, y'all. Yeah, no, it's just one of those things. There are a lot of insecurities, so it's just like I don't know. It's just weird because people might think that for me specifically, it's like, oh, great setup, great production value, great this and that. And I have behind the camera, there's a lot of things that I get caught up on, like things like that. Like I just mentioned my hairline. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I look fat on camera. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like just shit like that. And like I didn't get a haircut today. My beard is not shaped up. I thought you were gonna be like, oh wow, you got your beard shaped up for Jem and not for me. So I'm glad you didn't take that personally. So, Rem, we are reaching the end of this broadcast. We're going to keep it to an hour. Do you have anything that you want to plug or anything coming up on your channel?
Yeah. Check out the channel, Remy Q Studios. I'm on IG for Remy Q Studios as well. We'll have to do a DJ Linx unboxing. I'll give everybody a heads up that it is a phenomenal slab that was in there. Just to give you a little taste of it. I am actually going to jump off here and head to the Comics Lounge and do a live stream there as well.
Oh, forget it. We're going to keep going here then.
In the next 30 seconds.
No, we're keeping you, sir. We're keeping you here.
No. He already knew. I said, listen, when Mr. DJ Linx is on, I'm going to have to be on there as well. And absolutely, if I'm not going to be in the show, I've got to be in the chat. So I definitely wouldn't miss it, man.
No, awesome, dude. And before we go, hold on. Remy. Yo, dude, I appreciate you. Like legit. Like what the crowd doesn't know is that we've been on since 9 o'clock. We've been on since like 8:15.
Yeah.
And it's
not
always
planning, just talking.
Yeah. Exactly. It wasn't even like where we were
That's
gonna
the thing, yeah, it's not like we're like, oh, we're gonna do this, that. It literally was just like, how's your week, man?
Yeah. No,
I can
so
talk to you all day, DJ. Seriously, this is I love this. I absolutely love it.
Likewise, brother. Oh, we got the final super chat of the night. My guy, Thorough. Thank you very much, sir. I will be reaching out to you soon, sir. Remy, as we wrap it up, I just want to thank you. Number one, for being a guest. Like, you're super important to me. I appreciate you. We talk often. We talk almost every day on IG, going back and forth and things like that. I appreciate you. I appreciate your friendship. I think this goes beyond the community. And dude, you're my guy, man.
Ditto. I absolutely love this. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Do you want to send any, I was going to say well wishes, but any bad wishes to anyone in the chat, particularly this guy?
No, I'll save it. I'll hit up folks privately.
Awesome.
I'll go back through and really read the chat and see what was said.
Basically. Cool. Thank you, sir. So,
thank you.
Oh man, we got one more just came in. Con Jelly. Thank you very much, sir. That's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. As always, subscribe, like, hit that notification bell, share this video, and as always, most importantly, spread love because it's the Brooklyn way. Peace. Let's go.